Hello again, it's Pete Thompson, Head of Product Management at HTK, and I'm here with another deep dive video. This week we're looking at offer management. We're looking at how you can target offers and tiered rewards at your customer base based on what you know about them, the personalisation. And if you've watched the segmentation video and you've watched the contact management video, you'll probably see some of the techniques we're going to use from those videos in how we personalise these offers at the different people in your customer base. So we're in the product, we're on the offer management page, and this is where you manage everything about your offers. So just quickly on the left, you've got the main menu, offers, which is where I am now. So this is where you can edit, add new, delete, change the targeting of your offers. You've also got recommendation rules, which is our tagging capability. This is where you take tags and you define rules against them, and this is what Horizon use to recommend different offers to different customers. And then you have vouchers, and vouchers, digital vouchers. So if you have an offer or reward that, let's say it's a 3-month Spotify subscription, the likelihood is the member will activate that by entering a voucher at Spotify's website. This is where you can upload and manage sets of vouchers within Horizon. So that's the capability we're going to cover today. Like I said before I start, if you've not watched any of the other videos, that might be worth watching some of the things, especially around contact management and segmentation, so you can see how Horizon's getting some of the data that we're going to use today. But let's crack on. So I'm going to firstly show you an example of an offer. So the first thing you might notice, if I'm looking at this, if you're the eagle-eyed among you, we've got two different types of offers, a personalised offer and a tiered reward. Now, there's really only one main difference between them, and that is the fact that a tiered reward will be targeted at your loyalty members and will have a points cost. So here we can see cinema tickets for 2. That might cost 100 points. So any members that have 100 points, they can afford to redeem it. Personalised offers don't have a points cost. These are just offers you might want to target at your loyalty members or your regular mailing list subscribers and customers. So they don't have a point cost, but they use a lot of the same mechanics in terms of when it comes to recommendations. So I'll walk through an example offer, and I'm going to pick the Indulge in Our Menswear offer right here. And I won't go through every single attribute on the screen, but if you've got familiarity with e-commerce systems, any product management applications, ERP systems, the types of information we store for an offer are very similar to what you'd store in a product catalogue for some of the products you may sell online, etc. So we've got the name, an ID, who the merchant is, the start and end date of the offer, stock levels, whether that's applicable or not. It could be an unlimited offer that you don't have any physical stock limitations. Some high-level stats, the number of times it's been viewed, how many times it's been redeemed, whether it's available for recommendations. So you'd probably set that once you're happy with all the imagery that you're using. You've got your targeting rules right, you've tested it, checked it with legal, terms and conditions have been added, etc. Once it's ready to go live, you'd hit the available for recommendation. Multiple redemptions, this is if it's a reward or an offer that you can redeem multiple times, or if there's you want to have a restriction that only one person can have this at any one time. Supplier lead time, which you've seen I'm just knocked down from the ridiculously high number of days it was. This is more internal notification really, and just keeping your own team aware of if there is a lead time on you providing that offer or reward to your end customer. Then you just might want to add this in here because it might affect when it goes live or if it's actually ready to go live. And the reward perceived value, so just some indication of, from a member's point of view, this is the key thing, how much do they think of value this offer and reward? It might have a relatively small cost to you as a provider, but to a member it could have quite a high perceived value. So it's always worth adding that in if you know what that is. Offer tags, I'm going to come back to the tagging, that's how we personalise and target the offers. And then we have redemption actions. So there's, as I touched on vouchers, that's one type of redemption action. You'd call that, digital fulfillment. I redeem something, I get an email or SMS or something confirming that, and it'll contain a voucher code. That's what the voucher redemption option is. But it could be Email fulfillment is the other option, and this is likely going to be relevant if the offer or reward that you're fulfilling is physical. Is it an iPhone, an iPad, is it a new mouse, anything like that that requires an item to be sent via the post? You probably have a fulfillment team, maybe a fulfillment partner who does that stuff for you. So when a member redeems the offer in those scenarios, a message is sent to your fulfillment team, details who's redeemed it, what they've redeemed, any questions and answers that they provided that's going to help with the fulfillment of that. So they're the two types we support. So just to recap, a voucher, which is an immediate fulfillment, or an email to a fulfillment agency, a fulfillment partner, a team in your own organisation who will manage that for you. And you can select different messages to be triggered in different times there, depending on what it is you want to do. And we also vouch template. This is where we can support PDF templates for the different vouchers, how they're presented to the end customer. So we've got a lot of flexibility around that, so do get in touch if you have any particular interests around voucher redemption and targeting offers that way. We then have some typical content, so descriptions, you'll see imagery, you'll see any URLs that might go out to partner sites, some terms and conditions, etc. And when we come on to do the deep dive about the loyalty portal, which really will go through your end customer's engagement with your program, you'll see how these are brought to life. But this is really your stock of content imagery that you're going to use for those different offers. And then fulfillment questions. The great thing about Horizon is there's always different opportunities to engage with your end customer, and the best time to engage with them is usually at the point they're redeeming something and feeling quite good. In this instance, this is to serve the particular offer. So you might ask fulfillment questions. So if it's, for example, a meal for two, you might want to ask them here, what's their availability? Are there any food allergies in the party? How many people are going to be coming? What time would be best to book the table? Any extra contact information? This is going to be probably quite useful to your fulfillment partners, because it could be that you're working with third parties on fulfilling these offers. So this is an opportunity to capture some information that's going to be key to the fulfillment at a time when the member's probably going to be quite happy to give that because they're fulfilling the reward or offer. So that's that part. Now, I'll come back to the offers tags, because this is really the bit I want to spend the rest of the video talking about. These work in a very similar way to how you tag a blog post. So you'll see here, if we scroll back up to remind ourselves, this is the Indulge in Our Menswear offer. And if we look at the details, it's 20% off any item in the menswear collection. And we've decided that that's going to be relevant for males. Well, actually here all we've decided is that there's some relevance towards male, menswear and fashion interest. I could type a new one. I could type men and it would come up and you see it tells me anyone that I've already got existing, so you can end up creating multiple tags. So there's 3 tags against this offer. So there's something relevant for male, menswear and fashion interest. So if we move on to recommendation rules and we look at menswear and fashion interest, those 2 tags, you'll see these are all the tags that are currently in use across your offers and loyalty behaviours, but that's another video. So we've got 15 to 25-year-olds, afternoon, birthday, coats, couples. And what you'll see for some, there are attributes, i.e. these are similar to the rules you define in segmentation. You're telling Horizon, okay, for the 15 to 25-year-old tag, it really means people whose date of birth was in the last 26 years and date of birth more than 15 years ago. And so you're giving it some rules. But let's go and focus on fashion interest. That was one that was tagged to that Indulge in Menswear. So the tagging follows the same principles as our segmentation. So like I say, I do stress, do watch the segmentation video, because that will just add to your knowledge around the whole area of personalisation in Horizon. So, offer tag, fashion interest, the relevance, it's weighted towards. So there's 3 different types of relevances you can use. Must be, must not, weighted towards. And this is really to help Horizon understand how it should interpret this tag. So must be, pretty much straightforward. This this rule must apply. For customers to be targeted with this offers, they must meet this rule. Must not be the opposite. Customers must not meet this rule. Or weighted towards, which is where you're giving the weighting some bias. So here, fashion interests were saying, well, we don't think this won't be of interest to people who haven't told us they're interested in fashion, but we think it will be more relevant. So weight it towards those people, but don't completely discount it for people who haven't said they've got an interest in fashion. And these rules, as you probably can imagine if you have watched the segmentation video, are built in the same way that rules are built for segmentation. Apart from there's one difference, which I'll just show you here: time of day, week and season. We can take an extra dimension of context here. Because we know, we could know the time of day, the day of week, or even the season that a member is engaging with us, we could use that as an influencer for how we target the offer. So, as a simple explanation, let's assume you have an offer that's only relevant at the weekends. Free Saturday breakfast at a restaurant in town. You only want to target that when the time of day or day of week is at the weekend. Likewise, with season, you may have some very great winter offers that you don't really necessarily want to target when it's spring, so you can bring time of day, week, season as an extra context into targeting. And we might go into that in more detail in some advanced videos if we get enough feedback in that area. So, I've covered weighting towards, and then you can give that weighting a relevance, and I've said it's 5, so top relevance, and I'll explain what importance this has when I come to show you how Horizon decides who sees what. You then have users category, and this is a way that you can use these tags as a way of categorizing your offers. So it's better than the most restrictive, like only being able to have one category. Oh, this is a shopping offer. Oh, this is an entertainment offer. You might decide, actually, well, this is a family offer, it's an evening out, and it's an entertainment offer. And therefore, you might have 3 tags against that offer that are purely there to categorise and provide a better member experience within the portal, or however your members are engaging with it. The final thing you can do is, as you're building up all these rules that Horizon should consider for targeting, you might want to check how many people in your database currently meet that rule. And here you can see 15. Now that's quite good because we've got a small test database here, but you could end up with something showing you here, you've got this targeting rule that is so granular that only a very, very small percentage of your customer database are going to qualify for it. Now, in certain cases, that could be perfect, that could be exactly what you're aiming to do. In others, it might not be. So this is a great way to always double back and check, okay, well, is that right? Is that the right amount of people? Is that what I'm expecting? So that's the recommendation rules, and this is then the cool bit. As a product manager, the bits that I find quite cool. Once you've built all those tags, you've got your offers, you've got your recommendations, you've worked out and you think, yeah, that's a good representation of who these offers are for, you want to test those. And what you can do, there's 3 testings here. I'm going to cover test offer because it works the same way as for test tiered rewards, and test behaviour recommendation we're going to cover in next week's deep dive video. So, this is a little test in the UI. Our Loyalty Portal Services APIs provide the same capability, so this is what, when I come on to show you the portal, the same kind of thing that's been done. So, I'm going to select my contact. And I'm basically telling Horizon, okay, give me the best 5 offers, and there might not be 5, could only be 3, but I want a maximum of 5 best offers for Pete Thompson right now. And where you might change this date is if you're using time of day. So if you have a weekend offer and it's Wednesday today, but I might set the date for Saturday, and just to test that those rules are applying. Right, but I'm not going to do that. So right now, Horizon has gone away and it's found 4 offers that it thinks are relevant for me. And the most popular one is the Indulge in Our Menswear offer. And you can see that's got a total weight of 7. And so if you remember when we were looking at that rule for fashion interest, and I'd given it a weighting of 5, that's how Horizon's calculating the weighting. It looks at the different points that are available for different tags. So it then looks at the customer record, so it's looked at my record, looked at all the tags, looked at all the tag rules, looked at the offers that those tags are on, and come up with my top 4. And you'll see there's one that's 0, and you might think, well, how could it be 0? This could be where it's just, I haven't got a weighting towards a particular thing. So it said, well, right now we don't think this is particularly relevant, but there's nothing within the tagging that says it shouldn't be shown to P. So there we go. And that's how it's all personalised throughout the platform. Very simple. You're using those rules, what you know about your customers, the key segments you may have identified that you're going to be using for your marketing, you're going to be using for your rule segmentation that we covered in the segmentation video, and you're going to see how these same tags are applied in the loyalty behaviours deep dive that's next week. So I hope you found that interesting. It's a whistle-stop tour of offers and tiered rewards. If anything has sparked your interest, please do get in touch, and please do watch the other videos in the series and give us some feedback and comment. Tell us what you're enjoying. Tell us if there's certain bits you'd like to know more of. We're very happy to do more videos in the series. Thanks for your time, and see you again soon.